Good afternoon and welcome to the City Council closed session meeting of Tuesday, February 1st, 2022. I now call the meeting to order. Madam Clerk, would you please do the roll call?
Councilmember Chavez.
Here.
Councilmember Gameros.
Present.
Councilmember Harlan. Councilmember Harlan.
Jeff, you have to say here.
Yeah, sorry. I'm here.
Okay,
Mayor Stevens.
I'm here. So
Oh,
then,
Councilmember Reynolds.
and Councilmember Reynolds, good.
And
Council,
let the record reflect that Councilmember Harper and Mayor Pro Tem Mar are not here.
excellent. So Madam Clerk, it's now the time for public comments on items on the agenda. Do we have anybody waiting to do public comments?
Yes, we have one person, and this is public comments on closed session items only.
Right,
Alicia Patterson.
it's 3 minutes as well, and it's only on closed session items. Ms. Patterson,
Understood. Thank you. Are you able to hear me?
yes, we can, yeah.
All right. Good afternoon, Mayor Stevens, honorable members of the City Council, Madam City Clerk, and Madam City Attorney. My name is Alicia Patterson. I'm with Rutan and Tucker, and I'm counsel of record for Insight Psychology and Addiction, Inc. They're matter number 4 on your closed session agenda, or your closed session agenda item tonight. I'm also a resident of Costa Mesa, and I'm happy to be here in front of you tonight, although I wish this litigation were going differently. Insight is a plaintiff in the litigation you're discussing tonight as item 4. Among other offerings, Insight provides supportive housing in Costa Mesa for adults with psychiatric illnesses. It's not a sober living home. There's no medical or psychiatric services that are being provided on site. They're not state licensed. They're not a residential care facility. The entire purpose of this housing is to provide safe and supportive shared housing for people who are leaving inpatient psychiatric care, like psychiatric hospitals, and working to regain the autonomy that they need to return to living in the community. It's a type of housing that is very, very rare. It's desperately needed. Right now, there is absolutely nothing else like it in Orange County. Their housing is located on the east side of town, near the city's border. It's in District 1, right by the Back Bay. They have 6 units. Each of the units have 2 to 3 bedrooms. None of the units have more than 6 residents, and none of the bedrooms in the units have more than 2 residents in them. They've been operating in their current form since late 2016, so that's more than 5 years. They've been operating this entire time. City has not been giving them notices of violation of complaints during the litigation, and they've not had any code enforcement complaints since they were cited for operating without a CUP in October of 2016. Prior to October of 2016, anytime the city raised concerns, Insight was very receptive and responsive. And the only concerns they got were things like making sure the garages were clean. At one point, they had an issue with noise, which they've resolved. They have not had any complaints since then. The litigation that you're going to be discussing tonight arises from a prior administration's decision to deny Insight's request for an ADA accommodation and a CUP to allow it to continue providing this housing. The litigation has been going on for almost 2 years. During that time, the city has filed 4 motions. The city has lost every single one of those motions. Insight has filed 2 motions, both of which they have prevailed on. We currently have cross motions for summary judgment pending and a trial set for April. In the past 2 fiscal years, the city has paid its outside counsel from Everett Doring more than $2 million to fight battles against Insight and other housing that the city considers to be group homes. This afternoon, I'm hoping that you will take a fresh look at this case, and you now have the value of hindsight. More than 5 years that Insight has been operating. I know that you're all very accessible, you're approachable to your constituents. I want you to think back and look very carefully
3
at—
minutes.
Oh, okay, I'll wrap up. Look at whether you've received complaints about this housing. If you haven't, just really evaluate whether this is a good use of city resources to continue the legal battle to shut down Insight's housing. I thank you so much for your time, and I'm available if you have any questions for me.
Thank you. Is there anyone else that wishes to speak on the closed session?
No, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, then I'll close the public comments on the closed session. Madam Clerk, would you please read the titles?
Item 1, conference with legal counsel, existing litigation, one case pursuant to California Government Code, Section 54956.9D1, Costa Mesa versus Newburgh Mesa Unified School District, Orange County Superior Court. Item 2, conference with legal counsel, existing litigation pursuant to California Government Code Section 54956.9D1, City of Costa Mesa versus Ohio House et al., Orange County Superior Court. Item number 3, conference with legal counsel, existing litigation, one case pursuant to California Government Code Section 54956.9D1, Insight Psychology and Addiction versus City of Costa Mesa, U.S. District Court, Central District of California. Thank you.
Right.
Mr. Mayor,
Now I got you. So the city attorney would like to walk on a matter with the approval of the council. Ms. Barlow, you have the floor.
thank you, Mr. Mayor. We would request that the council add to the closed session agenda the existing litigation under 54956.9 sub D1, Casa Capri Recovery Inc. versus City of Costa Mesa, case number 8:18-CV-00329-JVS, PJW small x close paren, as we need direction from the council on this matter prior to your next regularly scheduled council meeting. And so we are unable to agendize it earlier since the matter just arose.
So
That
moved.
does require a unanimous vote.
So moved. Do I get a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Reynolds. Please call for the question, Madam Clerk.
Member Chavez,
Yes.
Councilmember Camaros,
Yes.
Councilmember Harlan,
Yes.
Councilmember Reynolds,
Yes.
Mayor Stevens,
Yes.
motion carries 5-0.
Okay, excellent. So thank you very much. Now we're going to adjourn to closed session on another private link.